Okay, this is going to be the last unboxing video in this series that I'm doing, because this is the current build I'm doing, as you probably have figured out. Here we have the ASRock M3A770DE. This is a socket AM3 motherboard with the AMD 770 Northbridge and SB 710 Southbridge. This does allow for core unlocking, and as you can see, ASRock has put, or ASRock is, I guess that's the proper pronunciation. This does have the ability for crossfire, although this is only a 16x4 board. It's not an 8x8 or a 16x16 board. It can handle up to 140 watt Phenom CPU. It has a gigabyte LAN SPDIF output. It does include, as I just mentioned, the unlocking abilities, the AOD ACC. It takes DDR3 1600. It has instant boot. It does have two eSATA USB connectors, instant flash, and another feature that I'm not sure I've actually seen much on yet is this one supposedly has the ability to connect your iPhone and use your iPhone as a joystick. So perhaps we can review that more later and look at that in a future review. This can handle, as it said before, a 6-core Phenom X6 socket AM3, of course compatible with Windows 7, Athlon X2, and Phenom 2. That's about it for the front of the box. On the back, more of the information on how it works, on marketing. It's got, talking about the tuners it has for overclocking, etc. And it has instant flash as well for the BIOS, as it says here. Okay, open this up. And as you can see, of course this is a budget board, so there's not going to be a lot of high-end equipment in here. You have your standard driver CD, which of course has the extra programs. This board does have a standard ATA 133 connection, so if you have a legacy, maybe DVD or CD drive you want to use, no sense in buying a new one that's serial ATA, when you can just use this. It does include the cable. I don't want to stay open. It does include two serial ATA connectors, and you have your backplate and manual, which is probably, let's see here, yes, and multiple languages, of course. Next, we have the actual motherboard. And it's default as normal anti-static bag. Take it out here. Always be sure you've discharged before working on your equipment, of course. And there we have. This particular motherboard has 4 DDR3 sockets. As it referenced, it's up to 1600 speed, full dual channel. It's got your standard AM3 socket here. It's your Northbridge with heatsink. It does not have an active fan on this particular motherboard. Your 16X PCIe connector, and this is your 4X PCIe connector. A 1X connector for maybe an add-in card, maybe you have a particular one you want to add to it, and 3 legacy standard PCI connectors. Here is the the ATA 133 legacy connector, your standard 24-pin power, and also your standard 8-pin 12-volt connector. 4 serial ATA connectors, various pin headers, even has the legacy floppy connector for those that still want to use a floppy drive. And let's go around here. On the back, we have, still has standard, okay, still has a standard PS2 keyboard and mouse for those that still use that. You have your SPDIF and optical out. You have eSATA, 4 USB 2.0s, 1 gigabyte LAN, and your 6-pin multi-channel surround sound connectors. Alright, this is a standard budget board, but it's still very, very capable for what you need to do. It will allow for unlocking of cores on most CPUs that have that ability. and has very, very favorable reviews on Newegg. Anyway, there is the board, and I hope that was informative, and hope you enjoyed.